Good morning, everyone. It's Yvonne back to do your bonus read. I went to say something on the What's Cracking, and I forgot what I was going to say. And I'm just going to say there are still people who listen to the YouTube videos who then say, I don't know what you're talking about, or that doesn't resonate with me, or whatever else. And I think, are you not really understanding that if it doesn't resonate, or you're not getting a video, or whatever it means, then it's not yours to listen to? So I wonder if people understand the concept of intuition and understanding when something's meant for you and something's not. So if you are having trouble understanding when you listen to a video that it doesn't resonate, then that says to me that you're not really using your intuition, and perhaps you're trying to understand it through intellectualizing your feelings and not going with your gut. So I don't even know what to do with the people who do that. As I said, I listen to other readers as well. I have my favorite readers, and they say the same thing. I hear them say every time, if it doesn't resonate, don't it? And I think it's the same people probably saying the same thing. So I'm not really sure how I can help you to understand that if it doesn't feel right for you, then it's not for you. That's your intuition. I'm using the Radiant White Tarot here, and look, this jumped out at me when I was shuffling, and then it came back up again. I love this card. This is the wish card. This is wishes coming true. Sometimes, though, you do need to understand this guy's looking very sort of smug and self-satisfied in this card, and it always sort of says to me that what you wish for is not always what comes through, or something you wish for may not be what you wanted it to be. So that's quite interesting. Behind that I have the Five of Wands. Now the Five of Wands talks of conflict. It talks of conflict between people. Could be resolution or something happening after perhaps you've had a bit of conflict with someone, but it can also be your own conflict here, like mental conflict, going backwards and forwards in your own mind. This is something to do with a soulmate situation. You could be dealing with someone that you've sort of got mixed feelings about. Maybe you want to have something with this person, you really want to wish to come through, but maybe you have a little bit of going backwards and forwards into your mind as to what that actually means for you. The devil energy is behind that. So you could be dealing with someone who's giving you red flags, or dealing with someone that doesn't seem to be quite who you think they are. This is the ego. This is the mask people wear here. Oh, and it could end up, okay, I don't want to even do this reading. You may have had someone come in your life, and you may be thinking that they are somebody that you've wished for, somebody you've wanted. But there's this conflict here around, is this the right person or not? You feel like you have a very strong connection with this person, but there's something just not sitting right here. And I want to say to you, this person could have someone else in the background. They could have another party involved, but it can also mean that heartbreak can come of this situation. So if you're in this situation, just be a little cautious and watch for those red flags. And make sure you don't ignore them, because what happens sometimes is we go, that doesn't feel right, but hey, it's a one-off, we'll just let that go. And then by the time you realised it, you've had so many one-offs that you've missed the whole thing. So just be careful there. All right, so we do have the card of the Chariot coming out first. So some of you could be dealing with a Cancer here. The Cancer card also talks about moving forward very rapidly. So you could have someone who's rushing something here. Okay, very interesting. Two major arcana straight up. We have the Magician right next to that. So the Magician is the card of manifestation. And if you've got the Nine of Cups up front, it's very likely that you've manifested something you've wanted for a while. You could have had your eye on someone for a while. You could have... Look, I mean, it could be too that you're dealing with someone. If you're looking at a work situation, it's not hard to relate this to work. You could have wanted some sort of job or situation to come through here and thought it was what you really wanted. Now you're starting to think perhaps that the person you're working with isn't all they were cut out to be. And there could be some pain and sorrow behind this. So if it's a work situation, job, same sort of deal. Something is moving forward very quickly. You've tried to manifest something and something's come in for you. That's basically what those cards are saying. Perhaps something that you're not sure now that you want. We all think as human beings that something will look really pretty. I'm sure you've all done it, you know, big crush on someone, thought somebody would be really good for you, and then all of a sudden you realise that they're just not the person that you thought they would be. Okay, and there's a brand new start here. So this brand new start could be without the person, but it could be that this isn't what you thought it was either. So let me just have a look, especially with the Magician there. And then we have the Strength card. Holy dooly, that's 4 major arcanas out of 5. So the Strength card is about having the strength to do things. It's about understanding your limitations, your weaknesses, if you want to call them weaknesses. But it's about you blending those together, your shadow side with your strengths, and being able to be living in your truth, being true to who you are, and accepting those things about yourself that perhaps you beat yourself up about. So, you know, you may end up in a situation here where you are trying to understand how you've gone down the wrong path, taken a leap of faith with someone, and it's just not working out the way you wanted it to. Ooh, ouch. Okay, 5 of Pentacles. So it may have been that you have ended up in a situation with someone that has not proven to be what it looked like when you first went in. So that's the All That Glitters. Isn't it funny? Because that was the Oracle card in the last reading. This is the card of boundaries. And it doesn't matter what situation you go into. You never let anybody push down your boundaries. You never let anybody treat you in any way, shape or form that you don't deserve. So if someone's treating you poorly here, or is not what you thought they were going to be, this is when you need to make sure your boundaries are firm and you make sure that what you're saying comes across to the other person, because some people really do push your boundaries back. If you've dealt with narcissists, which I'm sure many of you have, one of their attributes is to break down your boundaries. So they will push against whatever you say. So if you say to them, don't call me after 8 o'clock, they'll call you after 8 o'clock just to see if you accept that. And if you accept it, they go, oh, this person's got really loose boundaries, then I can get away with more. So they will push more. Red flag. Okay, so we have a Queen of Wands coming out here, and I feel like you're walking away from some sort of situation that has not worked out the way it should have done, because you're finding your own stability now. So you're leaving someone behind here because of those boundaries, and you're having a brand new start. This is absolutely beautiful. So whether this is to do with work, whether it is to do with a personal situation, what this is about is self-preservation. It's like you've walked into something, you felt like all your dreams were coming true, there's conflict there, but you went, you know what, I really like this person, I'm just going to try and deal with it. But actually what you're dealing with is someone's mask, not the real person. And there's a possibility here it could end up in some sort of hurt or pain. So there's definitely a moving forward in this situation. It's something you wanted, something you've manifested. And you do take a leap of faith. Some of you are going to jump into this because it looks exactly as you wanted it to look. You've accepted this offer. But I think that what's going to happen further down the track is you're going to see things that you perhaps didn't want to see. So I guess here with the 9 of Wands, you know, my reading states that you should be making sure you have firm boundaries. Don't put yourself behind someone. Make sure you're equal to them if you want to attain some sort of equal relationship with them. Because I feel like here some of you will walk away because you realise that you have more potential and more strength here to build a future for yourself on your own here. Of course, that won't be true for everybody. Some people will stay with the person even though there is red flags, even though a person doesn't treat them well, because they learned in childhood that that's what love is. If somebody's cruel or unkind, because you may have had parents who've been that way. So, oh, interesting. Now, what I want to say here is the card of soulmates has come out. And I want you to understand that sometimes people look like soulmates, but they're here to teach you a lesson. So sometimes a soulmate comes into your life to help you grow and expand and give you the opportunity to be a better person. Whether that's with bad stuff or good stuff is entirely on the situation that you planned for yourself long before you came to the planet. So It could be that this person's here to teach you about setting good boundaries, or could be here to teach you that not everything that you go after is good for you. Not everything that looks nice on the outside will prove to be nice on the inside. So all of those things come along with soulmates. So you have to work them out for yourself. And I'm sure many of you can relate to the fact that you've, you know, as I said earlier, sort of fallen for someone or had a big crush on someone, and later on you find they're just not the person you thought they were. And for me, this is a reading about just understanding how to take the lesson on yourself here and move forward. So the card of soulmates talks about harmonious partnerships, love, friendships, compassion, a relationship fostering personal growth. You are meant to evolve and transform with the companionship of others. Certain people enter into your life in order to take you to the next level of healing, consciousness and authenticity. It's always a reciprocal experience, although the results for each of you will vary. You know these people by the strong pull drawing you towards them, and sometimes by a strong aversion to them initially too. Soulmates can be friends for life or remain in your life only for a short time. No matter what, you will be changed in ways you can't possibly fathom now. Pay attention to these people today. They are your greatest gifts. So if you're in this situation, just make sure you take care of yourself, set good boundaries. Otherwise, you could end up in a situation that might be very difficult for you to manage. What I want to say to you, though, is with the Strength card here, and especially with this Queen of Wands, that says to me, you're going to look after yourself no matter what. Have a great day.